This is Ryan from RTA Cabinet Reviews, and today we are reviewing the Arctic White Shaker from Kitchen Cabinet Depot. Let's start with the finish. We can see that the paint isn't perfect. It has cracks and splotches of an uneven finish. When you touch the face and the edges, it doesn't feel smooth. You can feel a little bit of the graininess. If you feel the interior of the box, it's even rougher and feels like paper. The interior is natural wood, but the exterior of the side panel is painted and also rough. While it's white, it doesn't exactly match the frame, and it feels and looks kind of cheap, so this is meant to be a lower tiered item. Let's give this a 3 out of 5. Appearance. Both the drawer and the door have a straight cut into the inset panel, more of the traditional shaker appearance as opposed to a bevel cut. The layer is 2.5 inches wide on this shaker door all the way around, making a nice golden proportion to the whole rectangle. Any smaller and it wouldn't look as nice to the eye. The shaker drawer is also 2.5 inches on the vertical layer, but 2 inches on the horizontal layer, to keep some semblance of design consistency without being too thick. Based on their design proportions, keeping to the shaker design, we'll say 4 out of 5. Construction of the box. The frame is 1.5 inch wide and is made of wood. The panel sides are 1/2 inch thick of plywood, which is pretty average, and the back panel is also a 1/2 inch thick. Much better than the picture frame back, where you can only attach mounting screws on the strength bars on the back panel. Here, you can mount anywhere. Average construction, so average score, except the back panel makes this a 3.5. This is where things fall apart, literally. The dovetail joint is supposed to be tight, but when we pulled it out, it fell apart. Parts of the teeth were chipped and splintery. There's also a slightly raised curve at the top of the edge of the drawer panels, which is not ideal because now you'll have tiny gaps that look awkward. Ideally, these tops should be flat. When you feel the inside of the drawer, it feels like wood texture, but the best drawers are going to feel smooth. This is a 1.5 out of 5. Drawer rails. There are 2 sets of rolling drawer sides. One is anchored to the back panel with plastic tabs. The other is undermounted to the drawer box through pilot holes at the panels. But here is the huge problem. The bottom rail has to attach to this plastic tab, but where the pilot hole is placed is problematic. If screwed in here, it won't be flush and juts out enough to not be flush. But this is worse on the other end. If you pull even just a bit, the whole railing will come off. The entire weight and function of the drawer box are hinged on 3/8 of an inch of 2 plastic tabs. This is bad. That is a 1 out of 5. Connectors. The connectors that are keeping the whole structure in place are these taupe L-shaped brackets, which are low quality and doesn't keep the cabinet box structure stable overall. You can tell when you grab one of the panels that there's wobbling happening. When there were some pilot holes in some of the panels, it was not consistent throughout the panels. In fact, one of the more important places where it should have been located was from the side panel to the front frame panel. Keep in mind that this front panel is wood, so it is tough to get enough power without a power screwdriver. But the narrow space to put a screw where this L bracket is inconvenient because the only way to mount this is after the box has been fully assembled, making you get into very funky positions. Unless your power screwdriver is narrow, the screws will always be at an angle because you only have 3/4 of mounting surface from the side panel to the front panel. That is a 1 out of 5. Conclusion: when I originally rated this cabinet and wrote the initial review, it was a 2.7. A few months revisiting this with more knowledge under my belt, I would score this even less. When I checked recently on Kitchen Cabinet Depot on this product is no longer offered on the website. So it looks like even they understood this wasn't good enough for their own selection. For more details on this cabinet and to see how it stacks up with other RTA cabinets out there, check us out on RTACabinetReviews.com.